एक मिनट अजिंक्य, एक मिनिट फक्त. So good evening, everyone. We are in the last phase of GTO series. Last two tasks of GTO series, that is command task and final group task, that we are going to finish today. Very small. You just have to understand the procedure of command task and small do's and don'ts. Otherwise, it is as same as progressive group task. The rules and the do's and don'ts are as same as progressive group task. So without wasting any time, let's begin. So here, command task is the 8th task in the GTO series, right? First task, group discussion, group planning exercise, progressive group task, group obstacle race, then half group task, then lecturate and individual obstacle, and after that the command task. It is individual in nature, and in this task each candidate is given an opportunity to be leader with two subordinates and exposed to set of obstacles similar to progressive group task and half group task. So this is the only task in the entire GTO series where you can be an official leader. Understand? Where you can be an official leader. You are given the opportunity to command the people. Understand? To command the subordinates. So it is an individual task in the nature. It is the only task when GTO personally interacts with each candidate. It gives him a broader picture of candidate's personality. So in this, it is the only task in which GTO will talk to you personally. This is the only task in which you will interact with GTO personally, right? He clears his ideas about the candidate. He clears his doubts about the candidate. He gets a broader picture about the personality of a candidate. That's why it is the I will say it is the important in the nature for that matter, right? This make command task a crucial for candidate. Along with the most of the officer-like qualities, the leadership ability is checked in the task, and it is also act as a confirmatory task. What is the meaning of this? That you are directly getting the opportunity to present yourself as a group leader, as a leader. Understood? And it acts as a confirmatory task, because so far a lot of time what happens that GTO has some doubts or has some perception about a candidate in the preliminary tasks, right? So in the command task, he confirms the points, or he confirms the qualities which he has assessed about you in the command task, right? I will tell you how he confirms it in the later stages. GTO also clarifies his doubts regarding personality of a candidate, if any, right? We have discussed this. So let's go for the next point. So what is the procedure? GTO will first brief about the task and rules, and the task is similar to half group task. So as we have seen in the half group task, same as the progressive group task, that GTO gives the brief idea about the task and the rule at the beginning itself. Rules or progressive group tasks are applicable except group rule. Understand? Rules of progressive group tasks are applicable except except group rule, because in this task there are no progressively difficult tasks, right? Group rule says, right, that once you complete the task, you cannot start the next task unless and until all the group has completed the all the group has crossed the first obstacle or first task. So all the groups of progressive group tasks are applicable. Color rule, group rule, rigidity rule. Understand? All these rules are applicable over here. Distance rule. Okay. Next is GTO will randomly choose a candidate who will have to stay. Other candidates will sit some distance away from command task area. So when GTO sir will give the briefing about, right now we are going to do the next task, that is the command task. In this task, you are given the opportunity to become the leader. You are about to take 2 subordinates. So let's start from the chest number 10. Other candidates, you have to sit away from the command task area. There are benches arranged for you and you may sit there, right? And then when he select any candidate, GTO do some informal talks with the candidate. So generally the informal talks happen that where do you stay, what your father do, why you want to join armed forces, he can ask any question, right? Then he will give a tour of the task to the candidate. So suppose this is the command task area. Simply he just give the tour of the task to the candidate. He shows that this is the task, this is the thing you have to cross over with. Understand? After that, you will be allowed to call any 2 candidates as your subordinates. Then you have to call 2 candidates. You have to shout the chase number of 2 candidates whom you select as your subordinates. Then you have to finish the task in the given time. Generally, it is the 5 to 10 minutes time, by commanding your subordinates and helping material. Understand? So as same as the progressive group task, there is no difference in the command task. There is no difference in the task of the command task. Understand? What you have to do, you have to call 2 subordinates, brief them and finish the task within 5 to 10 minutes, right? The subordinates are not allowed to talk or give suggestion unless asked by you. However, it is not advised to ask any suggestion to your subordinates. What is the meaning of this? That if you are subordinate, then you are not allowed to talk to your group leader unless and until he asks about the suggestion. But of course, it is not advised that you should ask suggestion to your subordinates, because this is the only task in which you are leader, and again you are wasting that opportunity. Understand? So during the task, GTO may increase the difficulty by changing the assumptions regarding task at the moment. You will have to tackle the obstacle accordingly using your logic. So what happens during the task, what GTO sir does is he tries to disturb you. Okay. For example, if there is a blue color, so he says that that blue color is not blue color, assume it as a red color. Now negotiate the task. Then he says that that white color is not white color, that is the blue color, negotiate the task. Assume that this particular item is not here. I don't consider that item, and then negotiate the task. So he can change any assumption. He can make it difficult for you, right? And I'll give you a hunch here, right? If GTO sir is continuously targeting you, or if he is continuously giving you difficult tasks, okay, understand what I'm trying to say. If he is continuously giving you the difficult task, assume that you have impressed him enough and he is just testing that are you that strong candidate or not. Understand? If you have impressed him enough, then only he will try to increase your difficulty. And if you haven't impressed him enough, okay, he will just simply give you a simple task and then finish it off, right? This is the informal and unofficial I will say note I will give it to you. Okay, there is no solid evidence. It's just I gathered it from the different GTOs with whom I have interacted. Understand? So once you finish the task, you will be allowed to sit along with other candidates and the next candidate will be called upon. Then you will have to act as a subordinates if candidate calls you. So understood this? What happens? First of all, GTO sir will stop one of the 10 candidates or 9 candidates, right? He will give you the tour of the particular task area. he will talk some informally with that candidate. Then that candidate have to call two subordinates, call off the two chase number as subordinates, right? After he calls off two subordinates, what happens? For 5 to 10 minutes to negotiate that particular task. And then after you negotiate, finish the task, you will go and sit back to your area and next candidate will be called on. Understood? So what are the do's and don'ts? Very important. First of all, listen to the briefing of GTO carefully, right? Next point, when you will be called by GTO, he will ask some questions. Understand this. The nature of question will be informal and related to your life. Hence, answer confidently without hesitation, but be precise about your answer. What is the meaning of this? Is that GTO sir will ask some informal questions to you. Okay, he will be talking informal with you. So at that point, you may get too much informal with him, or you may get too much comfortable with him. Don't do such things. Understood? Whatever he asks, be precise in your answer and finish the answer in the precise words. Okay, don't be too much informal with him. Next is, have presence of mind and smile on your face while talking to GTO. If GTO offers you a handshake, give a confident one. So generally, GTO sir, when he calls you, welcome chess number 3 or chess number 4, simply he will give you a handshake, and you have to have a very good smiling face and very confident handshake with the GTO sir. So when GTO will give you a tour of the task, observe his briefing carefully. Simultaneously start preparing the solution for the task in your mind. So all the time GTO is giving the tour of the task to every candidate, even in the individual obstacle, even in the group obstacle race. That point only you have to what I will say, finalize your strategy, how I will negotiate the particular obstacle, right? Here also, when GTO sir will give you the tour, you have to understand what can be the, we have discussed the theory of the cantilever, and that theory same you have to apply it. You just have to find out the fulcrum and the LHS side. Okay. Next, call your chosen subordinates in the loud and sharp voice. Brief them about the task and rules. So loud and sharp voice, you can call the subordinate chess number 9, chess number 6. They will come back. They will come for you as a subordinate. Then brief them about the task and rule. You can simply say that as we have already know about the color rule, group rule, rigidity rule, and the distance rule. So we are going to finish the task. This is the helping material, and I'm going to guide you. I am your commander here, right? Whatever the briefing you want to give. Next is, choose your companions carefully. Call the candidates who will be suitable for the task. Whoever you think that is suitable for your task as a subordinate, call that person only, right? It is not necessary that you should call only your friend and etc. There are some assumptions. We will discuss it. Okay. Command your subordinates clearly. Very important. You have to give them a clear command. Okay. Do that. Do this. Okay. Give them a clear command. And just a second. Somebody is asking question. Mohit, we can talk this later on. Okay. Fine. All command your subordinates very clearly. All of them, tell them about the necessary duties. It must be you who will give the ideas. See, this is the most important advice I will give in the command task. See, most important advice in the command task. What? Clear command to the subordinates. Whatever the ideas, you will give them. You don't ask their suggestions. See, point number 8 says, don't ask suggestions to your subordinates in any case. Decide kar lo, I am not going to ask any suggestion from my subordinates in the command task. Okay. Understood? You are not going to take any suggestion from your subordinates in the command task. Understand this, right? So clearly आपको आपकी idea देनी है and किसी से suggestion नहीं पूछना है. Be alert about the rules. If any of your subordinate break the rule, point him out and command him to do it again. We have discussed this. Whenever we will break the rule, we will have to do it again, right? So basically, you have to be an ideal and perfect leader who is in the moment, in having his logics at the highest peak, okay, to finish the task. Okay, it will be you who is gonna lead the subordinates and finish the task. Next is here I have already mentioned you that GTO will try to make the task difficult by changing the rules and assumption on the spot. He will try to make it difficult for you to check and confirm your intelligence along with your ability to work under stress. So be calm and think wisely and give solution. What is the meaning of this? That generally, as I told you, GTO sir will try to make your task very difficult for you. He will, as I told you, he will change some rules, he will change some assumptions. This is because he want to test you more fiercely, he want to test you more precisely, because he may want to recommend you and he just confirming himself every time. Understood? So do not go in the stress, do not take it personally that why only me he is telling me that, because he want you to get recommended. Understand? So be calm, think wisely. Whenever he says that this cannot be there, this cannot be there, this can be there, right? Understand that there must be some solution. You cannot say that there is only one solution, or there is, if this is not the assumption, then that there will not be a solution. It is not like that. When he says that, when he asks you that this is not the assumption you can make right now, then there must be another suggestion for you. Understand? Chalo. So you will change some of the GTO's assumptions regarding your ability. Hence, it is an important task. So somehow, if you are unable to impress GTO sir, or somehow if you are unable to show your abilities, this is the time when you can change his assumptions. Or if you are a doubtful candidate, this is the time when you can show all of your abilities and impress him. Understand? So this is very, I will say, changing task for you. This can change your fate in the SSB interview. So if you become subordinate of any other candidate, follow all the orders. Don't give unnecessary suggestions. You will be checked both as a commander and as a subordinate. So if you are subordinates of any other candidate, follow all the orders. Simply whatever he says, do that. Don't be an over smart person. Don't give him suggestion. He will tell you and you are going to follow him. So you will be both checked as a commander and a subordinate. Understood? So finally, thanks to all your team members after finishing your task. Don't just order, be a part of the solution. Give full body participation. This is the prime quality of a leader. So here you are not the person who will just simply give the order, hey, do that, and just stand like that. No, you are going to be the part of the solution. You all three have to cross the obstacle. Understand this? So don't just stand around and give the order. No, you are going to be part of the solution. Maybe you will have to be very proactive and take your men ahead of the particular task, right? And finally, my suggestion will be, do not give up, be very calm, and there is always a solution. Always there is a solution. Take this in the mind. There is always a solution. Understand? So thank you for connecting so far. Please like, subscribe, and share our channel. And if there are any question, ask me immediately and we can start with the final group task. Is there any question? Please raise your hand. And the person who just asked about the previous videos, sorry, they are not available on the YouTube. These all were the live sessions. Okay. So if you want to have those videos or the guidance, whenever we will again start the next cycle of the live session, you can join it. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Anybody have any question? Raise your hand and ask the question directly. Aishwarya, Lavina, any have any questions? Sushant, Udit? Okay. Okay, Mohit. Avinash, Kamini, Ramadevi, you have any question? No, no. Okay. Clear. No. Okay. Okay. Fine. We will go for the final group task. Okay. Just give me a second. I will change the slide. Yes, you welcome, Kamini. Just a second. So can you guys see the screen of final group task? Just simply raise your hand so that I can get the confirmation quickly. Yes. Okay. 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 Fine. Fine. Great. Yes. Okay. Udit. Fine. So final group task. This is the last task of the SSB interview GTO series. Right. So far we have completed every task in the GTO very clearly. Right. And successfully today we will complete psychological test and GTO. Right. So there is nothing extra I have to tell in the final group task. It's just formality that, as a name itself suggests, it is the final task in the GTO series, and candidates are exposed to series of obstacles similar as progressive group tasks. All the tasks are as same as progressive group tasks, same as 4 tasks in the progressive group task, right? All you have to finish it with along with all the rules, right? This is the last chance to a candidate who have not performed satisfactorily. It is also a last chance to the candidate who are marginal and yet to show their best. Understand this. Those candidates who performed well will have to show their consistency and stamina in the task too. So this is the last task. This is the last task for any candidate who haven't performed well, or who have underperformed, or who have marginally performed, or who are a doubtful candidate, whatever you can say, or who have performed well to show their consistency. This is the last chance for you to impress, or I will say to get to show all of your abilities to GTO. GTO will clarify any doubt remaining regarding to the task. He or she will take final look at the candidate to make a fair and correct judgment of qualities of each candidate. So as the name itself suggests, it is the final group task. Understand? So simply what he will do is, GTO sir will clarify almost all of the doubt if there is any doubtful candidate, right? As I told you, in the entire SSB, in the entire GTO series, they consistently checks you. They consistently confirm the qualities. Understand? Because the officer in the armed forces is such a huge responsibility that they cannot leave it at any chance. Understand? So this is the final group task as we were discussing. What is the procedure? Again, this task is same as progressive group task with a bit of higher difficulty, just a little bit higher difficulty. GTO will hence give a briefing about the rules and the procedure. Same rules, same procedure of the progressive group task. There is no difference, zero difference. Okay, just group task, progressive group task. Remove the word progressive and add the word final group task. So generally 20 to 30 minutes are allotted, as same as the progressive group task, and candidates will have to follow same rule as the progressive group task. Which are the rules? Color rule, group rule, distance rule, rigidity rule, and rule of infinity. So I am going to ask the questions to each one of you. Let's see how many of you are aware of the rule. Chalo, Kamini, you have the question. What is the color rule? Quickly answer. Unmute karke you will have to answer. What is the color rule? What is the color rule?
Sir, white can be touched by material.
I have asked question to a candidate. Mohit, just a second. I'll ask the question to you. Okay, Kamin don't have any answer. Okay, Mohit, give the answer. Mohit, you can answer.
सर मुझे नहीं पता इसके बारे में मैंने अभी स्टार्ट
Okay, okay. I thought you were speaking. I thought Avinash was speaking. Okay, Avinash, what is the color rule?
So white can be touched by men and material both. Blue
Okay.
can be touched by only men, and red is out of bound for all, the men and the material.
Great, great. Okay, Sushant, tell me about the group rule. What is the group rule? Sushant.
Sir, the rope and plank cannot be tied with each other.
No. That's wrong. That's the different rule. That's a rigidity rule. Group rule. What is the group rule? Come on, yaar. Aap session attend. Yes, Avinash, just a second. What is the group rule, Sushant? Okay. Anybody knows other than Avinash about the group rule? Yeah, do two-way interaction. Why you are shying? आप SSB को जाने वाले हो और यही पे डर रहे हो आप बात करने को. अविनाश के बाद किसका नाम है ये? Udit, what is the group rule?
Sir, once the whole group
Listen until
crosses the
yes.
obstacle, then only they will move on to the next obstacle.
Very good, very good. Fine. चलो, what is the distance rule? Remaining कौन है? ऐश्वर्या, लवीना, रमा देवी, कामिनी. What is the distance rule? आप में से कोई बताओ. चलो. What is distance rule? Quickly.
Distances.
Yes.
Distances greater than 4 feet cannot be.
Yes. Distance greater than 4 feet cannot be jumped over. You will have to bridge that distance. Okay. Very good. Udit, what is the rigidity rule?
Sir, this I don't know. Sorry.
Okay. Chalo, Lavina, what is the rigidity rule?
Sir, that the rope cannot touch some obstacles.
No. Two rigid helping material. We cannot tie two rigid helping materials.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Chalo, कौन बचा है? Miss Rama Devi, give the rule of infinity. You are a regular student. What is the rule of infinity? Quick. Okay, don't know. She's saying in the message. Okay, fine. यार थोड़ा सा interaction आप बात करते जाओ. इतना क्यों डरते हो सब? Okay. चलो. Rule of infinity that two lines are parallel, infinitely parallel, and you cannot cross it sideways. Okay. So these are the rules for the progressive group task. Same in the final group task. Chalo. So what are the rules, do's and don'ts? Simply follow all the guidelines given in the progressive group task. So whoever have done progressive group task lecture, same for the final group task. Do not underestimate the task if you have performed well in the previous task. Understand this. Be consistent with your performance and don't have a casual approach. If you are good, if you have performed well, just don't have a casual approach. That also can be checked. आप सारे की सारे मेहनत करोगे and here you are not negotiating the obstacle or just taking it very easily. Don't do that. Be very serious at every point. Understand? And finally, perform fullest even if you think that you have not performed enough. Fight till the last moment. This is all you can do in the SSB or in the life. Fight till the last moment. Fight till the last moment. Okay. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, subscribe and share our channel. Okay. आप Telegram पे आपके दोस्तों को शायद आप share नहीं करते हो because अब तक तो उतने 322 हमारे सब्सक्राइबर है, right? So successfully we have finished the GTO series. Okay, थोड़े lectures कभी-कभी मिस हो गए हमारे, but 2-3 दिन में हमने सारे के सारे कवर कर लिए. Okay, so thank you so much. कल मॉर्निंग सेशन हमारा नहीं होगा, बट कल इवनिंग का हम सेशन कर देंगे और उसको हम we will start the interview. Okay, SSB interview, personal interview. That we will finish in 2-3 days maximum or 2 days maximum. Or if the proper lecture has been made, we can finish it within the tomorrow itself. Okay. So if you are ready to stick for 2 hours, continue. We will finish the entire interviewing officer session. So I will make the lectures and we will decide it at that moment. Okay. So is there any questions so far in the GTO series and psychology? There are still 7 minutes left. If you want to talk anything, if you want to ask any question, the platform is open for you. Any question? Anybody? And I tell you, see, these lectures, this kind of SSB lecture, if you go anywhere in the classes now, आपको minimum 15 to 17,000. Sometimes you will have to pay 20,000 rupees. Okay, for these lectures. I'm not saying that I am doing any kind of favor to you. Okay, I will accept that I am also a new person. I'm not a new person, but I am here to guide you all. And there is also a commercial interest. That's not the thing. But still, I haven't left any stone unturned as far as I want to give any knowledge to you. Okay, मैंने एक भी point, just a second Aishwarya, I'll give you the answer. मैंने एक भी point miss नहीं किया है. आप, I tell you very sincerely that I haven't missed any single point since the psychological test till the last final group task. Okay, so Aishwarya is asking, sir, how can I improve my commanding power? Confidence. Confidence कहाँ से आता है? आपके इंटेलिजेंस से, आपके नॉलेज से. तो जब तक आप नॉलेज इंप्रूव नहीं करोगे तब तक आपको कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आएगा. कॉन्फिडेंस जब तक नहीं आएगा तब तक आपका कमांडिंग पावर नहीं आएगा. राइट? सो confidence and logic leads to logic and intelligence leads to confidence. Confidence leads to command powerfully. Okay, चलो. so far I haven't, मैंने कुछ भी, एक भी पॉइंट ऐसा नहीं है जो आपको मैंने बोलना चाहिए था और मैंने बोला नहीं. ओके, sincerely every point has been covered sincerely. I understand a lot of technical errors occurred so far, but I think you will understand this. Okay, so soon in the next month the book will be launched. I hope you all will buy that book. Okay, and contribute in the Valor Academy. So thank you so much for connecting so far. Tomorrow morning session will not be there, but evening session will definitely be there. We will finish, we will start with the interviewing session, interviewing officer, IOs ka pura do's and don'ts. If you think that we can finish it today itself, I'll just ask you all, कल ही खत्म कर देंगे या फिर परसों सवेरे. Okay, and with that सारा का सारा SSB हमारा successfully complete हो जाएगा. Okay, so thank you so much, thank you everyone for connecting so far. Good night, कल मिलते हैं शाम को. Okay, bye.